All right, everybody, it's time for the horror show. This is going to be my update to the King of Horror Project Pan. Before I get started, I'm going to ask you to please do all of the things. You know what they are. All right, so King of Horror is the Stephen King project that was created by Stephanie. She's at foo_pans on Instagram. She did do this in collaboration with the Fantastic Ladies group on Facebook, so you know that I'm going to have all that info linked down in the description box for you. Now, the social media hashtag is Horror King Pan. I know it's a little confusing, and I don't know if everybody's using the same one, but that's the one that she had listed, so that's the one I've consistently used. Now, this started September 6th of 2022 because that was the date of the newest release from Stephen King. And it's going to be ending September 21st of 2023 because that's his birthday. I think I'd forgotten that last time. And what she did is she took 40 of his full-length novels. She didn't do anything under the name Bachman. She didn't do, if it was a multiple book set, she did only like the first one. I know that like there's something that's four. I'm not a huge Stephen King fan. I don't know a lot of this stuff. But essentially, she didn't do any short stories. She just did the main full-length novels, or the first of a series, that were under the name Stephen King. And she gave us a prompt for every one and a suggested item. This has been a lot of fun. So we are supposed to be updating every month. Sometimes I even get that done. It's a rolling style project. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to hit all 40 of these. So actually for that, I do apologize to Stephanie. This is a complete error on my part because of the way that I scheduled things. This has nothing to do with the amazing project she created. I just can't always get to everything. So even though I don't have rollouts today, I'm going to give you a progress update and we're still going to add some new things. And of course you're going to get a music moment because I'm me and that's what you get. There will probably be some crazy train too because, come on, what else do you expect? So getting into what I have in the project, I have got the Tommyknocker. So this is an item recently found or rediscovered. My Lipstick Queen lip liner in Natural, which honestly, I'm wearing this today under something else, but that's what it looks like full force. It's a little bit dark for me. And I was silly enough to try and put this in for a finish goal. Well, that's not happening. My progress has been so slow. Okay, focus, focus, focus. Well, we're not going to focus real well, but you can at least see that we had the start, October, December, and July. Not a lot of progress. But you know what? I'm using it, and that's good because I don't really love it. After this project, we may not keep it. It's dry, so it's hard for me to use. It's not as emollient as the normal lip liners that I prefer, but what can you do? Okay, so then the next one I have is the Dark Half. So this is an alter ego item or something that's outside your comfort zone. I brought in the BK Beauty Alter Ego Lip Liner, which is red. Not totally my comfort zone. Now this, I of course did manage to break rather quickly. So we do not roll this up and you don't get line markings, you just get weights. And honestly, even though I have used it, the weight hasn't changed. This isn't a bad lip liner. I just don't use a ton of red lip liners. It is really nice under something that's a little too light though, to punch it a little bit. So this is kind of a good thing to have in the arsenal. Am I going to finish it? No, I'm not going to finish it by the third week in September. That's not happening. Sillies. Okay, then the next thing we've got is for insomnia, and this is a red item for the Crimson King. For that, I have Never Ending Merlot, which is in a red package. This is an old Avon, and it is actually a red lipstick. Now this, I don't know why this is not moving. I tried to measure it on the card. Okay, it's not going to work real well there on my hand. There we go. And I have used it. And it's a nice soft one. It's almost more of a pinkish red. And it does go on very smoothly. I really do enjoy it. But it just doesn't look like it's going down. I mean, that's not going to get finished. That's more than I'm going to be able to finish with a red lipstick, I'm pretty sure. But I'm hoping that I can at least make a little bit more of a dent in it and maybe get it prepped for something to finish at another point. It's a good lipstick. All right, so got that out of the way. Then we have Rose Madder. So this is a pink or rose item. I went with the Fresh Deep Hydrating Oil Infused, no, Fresh Rose Deep Hydrating Oil Infused Serum. And now here we have lines that you can clearly see. This is one that does have two parts, so you just need to shake it up to get it mixed together. But you can see we're making good progress on this, and this is lovely, and I am really enjoying it. So I'm glad that it's not quite done yet, but that probably will actually, oh, sorry, computer. That probably will actually be finished off by the end of the project, because we do have a little bit left, time-wise, as well as product-wise. Now I'm just babbling. All right, then I've got Dreamcatcher. So this is an item from the past, an old item in your collection. I've got my MAC Rose Bound lip liner, just getting smaller and smaller all the time. All right. This is the other thing I have on today. Oh, that's really hard to see. It's a really nice light peach, but it's almost like a gloss. And so this one actually goes down fairly quickly. It's unfortunately in a wood pencil, so when it gets down there, you start scraping your lips. That part's not fun. But, okay, can we see? We are making good progress. That one, I'm fairly confident that I can actually have completed by the end of this project. So I'm pretty happy about that. Then we have Gerald's Game. Now this is a gift or an item chosen by someone else. I brought in the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This was sent to me by Kim, who talked me out of buying a full size when it was half price and said, well, I'll send you a sample first. Thank goodness she did, because it smells like oranges to me. I'm not going to sniff it because I'm actually allergic to the scent of oranges. So it's a little bit difficult for me to use. I have used some. I mean, we're making a little bit of a dent, but it kind of bothers me. So I kind of hold my breath while I put it on. The scent doesn't linger. It has not made my throat blister, so I'm okay using it. And because I'm using so little of it, I'm not reacting. If at any point I get a reaction, it's gone. But my goal is to finish this off, and I'd like to. So this has only got 7 milliliters of product. It's less, just under a quarter of an ounce. It's 0.24, so it is less than a quarter of an ounce. I started at 30.4 grams. I'm at 27.9 now, and that's from last month to this month. So I'll keep plugging away at it, but like I said, I just have to kind of be careful, and I make sure that when I put it on, I actually put it here and up here, and then kind of blend it, so I'm staying away from my nose and my mouth. Odd, but, you know, whatever works. So we'll keep working on it. And then I brought in Dolores Claiborne, an item collecting dust. For that, I brought in a Clinique perfume in Happy Heart. Now, you can see where I am now. This one was, I didn't mark it, but I think it was about here when I started. So it went from 13.7 grams last month to 11.7 now. I probably could have finished this in a month had I not put like 16 different fragrances into projects all of a sudden at the same time. Smart. But the nice thing about the Clinique stuff is that a lot of theirs can be layered. So I have that Peony Picnic in another project, and that and this, they're both lovely on their own, but you can also mix them together and kind of get a little bit more of a custom fragrance. So I'm really enjoying that too, but Happy Heart, I love. It's just the regular Clinique I can't stand. You know. All right, so that's everything I had in the project. Let's talk about what I'm bringing in, just because I want to try and get to a few more of these prompts. So I'm going to bring in Needful Things, an item you thought you needed, but really don't. I threw away the box, or I threw it in the recycling, because I was going to open this. This is the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. This is a 2 milliliter product, so I don't know how long this is going to actually last before it's just empty. But I did not need this because when I got this, oh wow, that's like the tiniest little mascara wand there. Maybe I'm going to like this better. Maybe I do need this. When I got this, I was looking for alternatives because I had heard that, I think it's Little Black Dress, and I can't remember who makes it right now, and the It Cosmetics Tightline that I love, I had heard that they might both be going away. And I know that the Tightline I could get at Ulta, but that might be getting a little harder to find. And I thought, well, I would like to try and have some kind of alternative. So I was actually asking someone who worked at Ulta, and this is what they recommended. So this is brand new. I just opened it now for the first time. This is going to be in as long as it lasts. If I can make it to the end of the project, great, but that's not a lot of products, so I'm thinking that I might not be able to. So did I need to get this when I got it? No, but because I have a Tightline also. So I'm going to open this first, see how it goes, and then we'll see if I like this better than the Tightline, or if I go back to that, or if that does stay around, or if they're getting rid of it. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. So anyway, just for giggles, I did weigh it. On my scale at 7.9 grams, we'll see if there's any kind of weight change with that little amount of product, but I'll keep track of how many times I'm using it. I usually put hash marks on my cards, so I can give you that at least. All right, then, bag of bones. So this is an item that is a curse in some way. Hard to use or hard to pan. I have got, and don't ask me why, because I couldn't tell you, this is a Dermalectives eye cream. Stupid expensive. I don't even remember where I got it, but I've had it for a while. This is 1.75 ounces. It's a lot of product. It's 50 milliliters. So I did weigh it out. I've been working on this for quite some time. Problem being that the edge of this cap is flaking, so sometimes I get silver on my face as I'm using it. And for some reason, all the product's on like one side. So I've got that side kind of cleaned out, but then when you get to this side, that seems to be where all of the product ended up. So we're putting this in just to see how much of it we use by the end of the project, because this is definitely an item that I do want to get panned and get used up. I don't know if you guys can tell. You can see little bits on the bottom where the light shows through. So I can even kind of see where the product is, and I didn't realize that until I brought it in here and held it up to the light. But this whole side of it is cleared out. It's all on one end. So we're just going to, oh yeah, see I've got silver flakes on my cards now. I may have to take this out and put it into something else, because it's really annoying to go put your eye cream on and have silver flakes from the jar on your face. But for now, we're going to just work on it as is, and we'll just keep track of weights. Then I am bringing in the Colorado Kid, an item you don't know where it came from. There's a lot of that in my world, but I came across this, and okay, so you can see it's obviously not full. This is a Body by Victoria perfume. I have no idea where I got it. I have no idea how long I've had it. I've got 18 perfumes on, but it still smells okay. Yeah, it doesn't smell like alcohol or anything, so it smells good. I actually had to clean it off. There was something that had like melted to the outside of the container. And like I said, the cap is gone. And so I weighed it, and we're at 28 grams. And the goal is just going to be to finish this off. And like I said, yes, I'm putting too many fragrances into projects, but who cares? I'm not worried about rolling things out to roll things in at this point. I'm just trying to get to some more of these prompts. All right, then the last thing I am bringing in is for Joyland, and this is an item that makes you a happy hound. And I wanted to do something that had like a dog theme or something, but I've kind of put all of that into panning pets. So I went with something that makes me very happy for multiple reasons. I have a Lancome. This one is Hypnos Drama. I don't even know if I've tried this one, but I love having minis, just because I feel like I get decent wear out of them. The wand on that is crooked, and I don't know if that's intentional or if that's just a me thing. It doesn't look like it's dried out or anything. These were oftentimes either parts of sets or gift with purchase or whatever. I love having all these little extra minis around. I just feel like I actually get more value out of them because I'm not throwing away as much product. I like having them as freebies. They just make me happy. So this one is coming in, and if it lasts, it'll stay till the end of the project, and then I'll ditch it. But we'll see. And once again, I did weigh it just for giggles at 13.79 grams. I'll put hash marks on my card. let you all know where we're at with all of that stuff. But it was also time to bring in some mascaras. And so that's why these are coming into this project right now. All right, so that is everything that's going to fall over that I have in the project. Like I said, I put weird goals on things, so I wasn't rolling through the prompts as quickly. Live and learn. But that is what we're doing. I'm trying to hit as many as I can. We'll see if I can get some more in next month, just before the finale, just to, you know, make sure we're getting to them all. But that does mean that now it is time for our music moment. And I try sometimes to get the music moments to match a theme. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I had a good one for today. So for this one, I'm actually bringing in the song Big Bad Wolf by the band In This Moment. And this is something that had come up, because I do music moments and I talk about different bands, sometimes people will comment different things, and I'm pretty sure Cheryl and I were talking about this, and she said something about whether or not I knew who Maria Brink was. Well, Maria Brink, and I want to say it was the guitarist, ooh, I can tell you his name, give me just a second, Chris Howarth. They actually are the founders of this band. They founded this in 2005, and I want to say their first album came out in 2007. I don't know if I'm going to be right on that. Yeah, their debut album, Beautiful Things, was released in 2007. So this has always been Maria Brink's band, pretty much. I mean, she's always been the front runner. This is a metal band. They've been around 2005 to present. They're still around. Their last album, I think, was 2020. I'm not sure, but I know that they've been touring and stuff. If you know the band, you probably are more familiar with some of the other songs. Well, you can just Google it and you'll find some of the titles. Anyway, I am in particular bringing in Big Bad Wolf. The reason that I'm doing that is because of the video, which I will have linked in the description box for you. But this song is the second single from their fifth studio album, Black Widow. And I want to say that was, oh shoot, when was that released? Was that 2014 is when that released. This was actually the B-side to the song Sick Like Me, which you may or may not know. Yeah, it was actually leaked online on October 12th, 2014, but it was released digitally on October 21st, 2014. Now, because I'm specifically linking this video, I wanted to tell you just a little bit about that, because there is actually a quote from her when she was interviewed about this, and this premiered November 28th, 2014. Maria Brink really does like the video for this. She kind of felt that it brought out parts of her, because she feels like there are creature-like parts in everybody. And she calls them her blood girls. It's like her backup entourage, singer, dancer. She has dancers, basically. I don't even know if they do backup singing. But anyway, they're always a part of the show, and they have these wolf masks on. So this is kind of like literally the most horrifying version of Little Red Riding Hood that you can get, in my opinion. And she says that it's almost like a twisted horror story, but in this cool artistic way, when she talked about the video. And she said that it's about the struggles between the light and the dark that are represented by the wolf and the piggy within herself. It's the internal struggle of the two things in her, always fighting each other, and that both of them are necessary for everybody to have that balance. Basically, you have to have both parts to be balanced. And yes, there will be times where the scales will tip a little bit and there'll be a struggle against which part takes over, but that they are essential. And let's see. Oh, okay. And this song, actually, I don't think the video got anything, but the song is certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. So in the U.S., obviously, because it has sold more than 500,000 copies in the U.S. All right, that is essentially, oh, and that includes streaming sales also, just to clarify if anyone cares. But that is everything that I was going to give you about this song. If you are an In This Moment fan, leave me your favorite in this moment song in the description box. There's some pretty good ones out there. And like I said, some of the titles are somewhat questionable, so I'll just let you guys figure those out if you want to go look for them. But like I said, check out that description box for your viewing and listening pleasure, to get yourself over to Stephanie on Instagram and Fantastic Ladies, of course, on Facebook. That's it. I really appreciate all of you spending your time with me. Thank you so much. And until next time, everybody, bye.